I've been selling my soul. You've been selling your soul. We've all been selling our souls for a lot of our lives, especially if you're an adult. First, I want to say, my name is arnezexcelsior. I want to talk about selling your soul, my definition of selling your soul first. So firstly, I would say selling your soul to me is going against your words, your beliefs, your morals, your principles, going against yourself to gain something for some type of materialistic thing, money, of course, mainly is the main thing people would do it for. And I will admit, in a smaller way than you would frame a famous person, celebrity, for selling their soul, or some musician, I and many other people every day in this world, and the way this world is the way this universe is made to be, the way capitalism is, I've been forced to sell my soul, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired. So me personally, like I said, you probably too I've sold my soul in ways. Examples like unfortunately, I go to a job every day or every other day, whatever, that I don't want to go to, that I'm not passionate about, that brings me physical, mental distress. I don't really like it. I'm doing it for money, of course. And then in that small way, I've realized I am selling my soul. I'm doing it for my survival, but that is unfortunately how it is. Now, living in this system we live in, the capitalism system, the way the world just is, how the world just builds off of and profits off of suffering. You, me, person down the street, the homeless man, the richest man on earth are all selling our souls. You could be poor as hell in indescribable amounts of poverty, or the literal richest man on earth can be selling your soul. You can. That's what I believe, at least my belief of what selling your soul is. I don't believe in the whole signing your name in blood on a contract to a red man in a suit or anything like that, or a beautiful man, the most beautiful person, woman or man you've ever seen, and you're signing a contract with blood. I don't know. I don't believe in that. I do believe there are very scary human beings, obviously, that you could be giving away your rights to. And that's what some of the richer and more famous people do in their way of selling their soul. But in a small way, and it's a price that all of us have to pay. And when I say this, I don't want you to think of it as like I'm demeaning or calling anyone out or trying to shit on anyone for doing it. In a small way, the everyday person who works a 9-to-5, who works blue-collar jobs or whatever, you're selling your soul. Blue-collar job. You physically are destroying yourself most likely for the next 10, 20, 30 years for that job to put money in your household and put food on the table for your family. That's honorable. That's what you're supposed to do as a man, right? But in that way, you're still selling your soul. Most likely, like myself, I don't envision the hard labor work I do or whatever. I work in a warehouse. It's something I'm passionate about. When I think of my soul, I think of my passions. I think of myself beyond my flesh. I think of myself almost like a being made of energy who likes to dwell in art, entertainment, all that. What I'm doing right now, am passionate in YouTube. I've been a part of the YouTube community, been on YouTube for so long. It's like embedded in my DNA. I'm passionate in streaming. I stream as much as I can. I've been a part of the streaming community since about 2018. Shout out to I'm Dante. He's the reason why I downloaded Twitch. I'm passionate about music. I would love to make music one day. I really love hip hop. I love my culture. I'm African American. I love hip hop. I'm passionate about plenty of things, a lot of things, mainly a lot of art. I feel like art really brings me closer to inner growth and godliness. I feel like it's one of the closest things you could do to feeling the God within you. And as a person who hates capitalism, is not religious, I'm agnostic or Gnostic. I have the philosophy of absurdist. I believe in absurdism. These things, not bringing myself towards those things I just said that I'm passionate in. I'm passionate, like voice acting. I love anime. I want to make my own anime. I want to make my own manga. I want to obviously build my community on YouTube. I have 2 YouTube channels. This is my second one. I want to build up my community on Twitch. I stream on Twitch. Everything I'm passionate about, entertainment, art, is the 2 main things. When I'm not giving myself to it, I feel like I'm selling my soul. When I'm not giving myself to my passions, I feel like I am selling my soul. And if I'm being honest, I am. And so are you. If you're watching this, probably working a job you don't care for. I've never heard someone say they wanted to be a baker. And seriously, like you dreamed your whole life to work at a bank or an accountant or nothing like that, anything like that, 1 sec. Sorry about that. Dog was barking, but I don't remember the last thing I was saying, so I'm gonna keep going with what I was just thinking. Like I said, once again, I'm not trying to degrade or talk down upon anyone that is obviously doing what they need to do to survive under capitalism, under the way the world is. It's absolutely, of course, that is very important to do for you, for your family survival, and trying to make whatever you can out of this life. Of course, that goes along with my absurdist beliefs. Life doesn't really have a meaning, in my opinion. We are not born with a purpose. even if your parent gives you a purpose. I don't know. I don't even think you're born with a purpose truly. But what you do is you look at life wholeheartedly and you say, I'm going to give a meaning to you. And this meaning to this meaningless thing, I'm going to give purpose and a meaning to you. That's what I do as absurd as that's, and though you are doing your best to survive, survival isn't sustaining to your soul, to your happiness, to your family. All right. If your family is just surviving, y'all aren't enjoying life, y'all aren't making a meaning out of life. So I'm telling you, as a person who is doing their best to get out of procrastination, to get out of feeling passionless, to get out of doom scrolling and all my bad habits that I have, that you may have too, a lot of people have nowadays. I want you to make sure, journal, do video journals like I'm doing, whatever, to document your growth and grow out of it and ensure you're going to start doing sustainable things for your life, sustaining your soul, sustaining that divine spark. Find the divine spark within. Inner growth, discipline is needed in life. You need that divine spark inside of you is sustained by diverting yourself from the systems we are naturally born into in this universe, where suffering conquers all. Suffering is supposed to be character building. Suffering is supposed to be necessary for survival, and that's the way this universe is. And it's unfortunate, and it's not supposed to be like that. I don't believe I don't believe we live in a universal world of love made by some being that loves us. I don't believe that. I don't. But that divine spark inside of you that makes you feel close to God, that makes you feel like you're achieving godliness, the inner God within you, that can only be sustained and grown through inner growth, through passion, through love. Okay, I'm saying that I make these videos for myself. I make these videos, I'm starting to make these videos for myself. I'm going to be watching these videos from time to time. It's also gonna be for whoever sees it. It's supposed to be like a video journaling type of thing. I just need to grow. This is more like I'm speaking to myself, really, if I'm honest. If you're actually listening to this, great. I hope you can learn from this. I hope we both learn from this and grow further. But like I said, moreover, the overarching theme of this video is I've been selling my soul. We cannot keep selling our soul, and why must I sell my soul? To make it shine brighter, to achieve my divine spark, to understand I could be within this system like we all are forced to be and still find peace and grow out of it, like completely grow out of it, grow above it, most important. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video if you're watching this. And one more thing, I'm gonna have to edit this actually. I didn't want to edit these videos, but I see myself as someone who has a grand, or will have a grand life, who will achieve things that they never imagined, who will most importantly impress and do things for my younger self that I would have loved to see done for my older self. The reason why I'm making this video is because successful people can never really get past they sold their soul, or accusation, selling your soul accusation. So I'm trying to get ahead of that. Once I am successful, I will be getting those rumors. So I'm getting ahead of that by making this video. People will find it, and then of course, they'll get trolled they'll get trolled. They'll be like, oh, he said, look, he admits to selling his soul. I want to get ahead of all that. Or at least I want to get ahead of all that. And yeah, bro. Most importantly, real quick, this is my, like I said, video journaling account. I will be doing nothing but video journaling for real. I'll probably try to find good background music too. But anyway, I will be doing nothing but video journaling, but I have an account on YouTube called Arnezexcelsior Live, or Arnezexcelsior. That's where I actually play video games. I do horror content mainly. I do horror content. I just do things live. I react to music. I do all sorts of live Twitch content. But I'm a desktop streamer. You won't ever really see IRL content out of me, so don't ever expect that really. And yeah, on stream I talk about more things like this. On stream I react to music. I love hip hop. On stream I play video games. Like I said, I play horror games mainly. And yeah, please check out my other channel if you're seeing this. It'll be in the description and stuff. Also, I live stream on Twitch, arnezexcelsior on Twitch, and there's arnezexcelsior on all platforms. Thank you.